speaking last night about this case and their theory and how it didn't make any sense and how it didn't fit and how something is wrong. And it occurred to me how they were going to come here and stand up here and tell you how O.J. Simpson was going to disguise himself. Was going to put on a knit cap and some dark clothes, and he was going to get in his white Bronco and this recognizable person and go over and kill his wife. That's what they want you to believe. That's how silly their argument is. And I said to myself, maybe I can demonstrate this graphically. I'm going to show you something. This is a knit cap. I'm going to put this knit cap on. And you've been seeing me for a year. If I put this knit cap on, who am I? I'm still Johnny Cochran with a knit cap. And if you look at O.J. Simpson over there, and he has a rather large head, O.J. Simpson in a knit cap from 2 blocks away is still O.J. Simpson. It's no disguise. It's no disguise. It makes no sense. It doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
I had to start the pod off like that, fam. I got the legendary 615 Money Burrow, Cashville affiliate, Tennessee representing player on the show, man. What's good, Reezy, boy?
What's good, Trev, man? What's happening?
Man, that's too much going on. That's what I'm saying, fam.
It's a lot went on this week, ain't it?
Man, I did a pod last week. And since last week, I just want to say 3 people done passed away. Salute to O.J. Simpson. I got to give him some hand claps. Some hand claps. Rest in peace to the Juice, man. They say death comes in threes. It's other people I want to acknowledge too, like DJ Mr. C passed away in New York City. Legendary DJ. I think he founded Biggie. He founded Big Daddy Kane. You know what I'm saying? He was
right.
A Hot 97 affiliate for 25 years. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was just legendary to hip hop culture in its entirety. I want to say salute to Rico Wade too, man.
Salute to Rico Wade, man.
Golly, that's a tough one for the South.
That's a tough one, man. He was still pretty young too. I mean, you know, Mr. C as well, but yeah. So rest in peace, Rico Wade. Salute, man.
Rico Wade, I want to say that's a Future's family member, y'all. That's one of the Dungeon family. He ran the studio for the Dungeon family for Outkast.
He did, man. I forgot Future was affiliated with Dungeon family at first, but yeah, man.
Yeah, the engineer, his cousin. So that's man. I can hear the Dungeon family and the Outkast and a lot of Future records. To be honest with you,
can you?
Yeah, I can hear it real clear.
Yeah.
To me, Future is a street Andre 3000. The street version. Possibly. Go deep into it and listen to it, fam. He's the street version of Andre 3K. But I had the pleasure of working with Rico Wade. I want to mention that. I'm gonna put a link in this podcast too if y'all want to go check out that record. When it's time to ride, that Rico Wade produced for me in 2004. Man, I released it in 2005. When it's time to ride, it's a dope record. The first time, that was the highest price production I had ever paid for at that time. $500. That's all he charged me.
Really? I mean, I remember you got beats from Zayto. You got beats from quite a few known producers.
But I got some from what's homeboy used to produce for All Star too.
Fate Eastwood.
Yeah, got some from Fate, one from Squeaky, all type of people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that one was precious to me because I'm gonna give y'all a little story about that experience. Before we get into the pod, I'm gonna break it down what we got to talk about. But before I play the intro to the pod, I'm gonna give y'all a little story about my experience meeting Rico Wade. So me and Touch. People know Touchy is a cold-blooded affiliate. We ain't did nothing on the pod or whatever, but we rolled down to the A to one of my homeboys named Apple Studio. And that's when I was working with Gerald. He was my manager at that time, Gerald.
Motor Mouth. Right. I remember Motor Mouth.
And he booked me in the studio. I didn't know it was a skating ring. You know they like to skate in Atlanta.
Right.
And in the back was the studio. So when we went to the back in the studio, Dude said, "I get you whatever you want. You want to smoke, I can get you the killer. You want a sip, I can get you the drink. You want some Popeyes chicken, I'll go get that. You need beats, you need the engineer here already. I'll go get that." He said, "You need beats, I got access to anybody in the city."
Right.
So he had some Unk beats and he had Rico Wade beats. I heard the Rico Wade beat. I don't want that Unk. I don't do no bouncing and twerking and all of that.
You mean on count?
Yeah, Unk Camp. DJ, I think it was DJ Unk or one of them boys from the Unk Camp, whoever was making the beats at that time.
Yeah. It could have been Unk. I don't know. I know Camp had some banging beats though.
That was banging. It was a nice beat, but you know, it wasn't my style. It was
right.
I don't do no bouncing and girls and shaking and all that type music. So I wanted that gangster shit, and Rico Wade provided it.
He brought it to you.
Yeah, he brought it to me personally. Played 10 beats on the hard drive. We sitting there smoking, eating Popeye's chicken. Even though I'm a vegan now, we eating Popeye's chicken in there chilling, and I had a good time. And rest in peace to that brother. Rest in peace to DJ Mr. C. Rest in peace to OJ Simpson. We about to get into the show. Let's get it, Reezy. Whoa.
Let's get it.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
Before we get into the topic, well, I want to break down and give the viewers a rundown of some of the things we're gonna be talking about.
Let's go.
So I want to talk about OJ. I want to celebrate OJ. I want to play some clips of some things people had to say about OJ, some reactions. I want to salute some people that show OJ love. And then after that, I want to get into J. Cole popping shit, then apologizing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're gonna react because some things been released right when we got on the podcast. Drake responded to Kendrick Lamar, Rick Ross. He said it's 20 verse 1. He told niggas drop and give him 50. You know what I'm saying? He's spitting on his mug too, to be honest with you, fam.
I ain't even heard it.
Rick Ross came back and responded within an hour and a half. I said, "Oh,
really?"
Yeah, he dropped an hour and a half. So it's kind of tense. I see. I don't want to get into my perspective about Cole yet, but I see why he did what he had to do. You know what I mean, and everybody is beefing right now, and it's like beefing hip hop going crazy, and Iran and Israel over there shooting bombs at each other as we speak. I was just looking on YouTube, CNN, and everything going crazy right now because they shooting them bombs. I want to talk about Meek Mill going on his Twitter rants and how he's breaking down, like he's breaking down right now, fam. And Don Staley, the coach of USC, that just won a championship.
South Carolina.
Yeah, she said something that was trending we need to give our point of view on, fam. And it's one more topic. Oh, I got some polls that I put up into the YouTube channel that I want to get your perspective on these polls, Reezy Woe.
Okay.
And then the last title, if we have time to talk about this, is Kai Cenat, the #1 streamer in the world. I think he's somewhere from the Caribbean. He said that he belittles Black Americans. He's benefiting off of Black culture, but he just said, "We just Black people. Y'all just Black. Y'all don't have no culture. Y'all just Black."
So we'll get into it.
We're gonna get into that. I'm gonna play the clip. We're gonna get into it.
Right.
But let's start it out, fam. Let me go ahead and start the show off with the clip of Cameron responding to the media discussing OJ Simpson.
I will say is this. I've seen a lot of outlets today talking crazy shit about OJ. And y'all niggas ain't bring up none of his stats or none. The legal system, when it works for y'all, whatever race you is, you cool with it. But when it don't work for y'all or you think it's wrong, then they gonna still be convicted in your eyes. That shit pisses me off. I ain't gonna hold you. Because every clip that I seen yesterday or today or whenever with the nigga in court and he won the case. I don't understand how niggas are still convicting niggas if they won the case. Like I seen motherfucking Caitlyn Jenner write some shit, good riddance. Caitlyn Jenner, you killed niggas in Calabasas. And Talking about paparazzi was chasing you, and you was Bruce. No, just no nothing to do with transgender shit, nothing like that. But I'm just trying to say, the paparazzi wasn't on Brewster when you had to be running to kill niggas. You ain't Princess Di, nigga. The fuck you mean the paparazzi was on you, nigga? You kill niggas and you paid niggas 800,000 because you was wrong. If you wasn't wrong, you would have fought it. You killed niggas, admitted to killing niggas, and then paid niggas because you killed niggas. I heard niggas talking about, oh, yo, it's like George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman admitted that he killed niggas and got off on the technicality. He admitted that he killed niggas. OJ won a trial. So when I was seeing all that shit be today, that shit pissed me off.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.
He said something about something crazy, fam. But what's your perspective on that, though, fam? Like, salute to Killer Cam now, man.
Salute to Killer Cam. Right.
Yeah.
I seen the juice on there quite often, you know what I mean, in the past couple of months, man. And I thought that was super dope. You feel me? So I ain't seen OJ on many things at all lately.
Yeah.
It seemed like many people probably wouldn't want to have him, but I salute them for opening that door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They had him on like under a I don't know what type of contract it was or whatever, but they had him in agreement to come on every Monday. And
okay.
Juice gave us a different side of him. He was funny. He was happy. He was interactive. He was sipping his red wine, chilling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Talking crazy. And we got a different side of Juice. Juice is like, I don't want to bash Caitlyn Jenner, but being happy that someone died is sick.
Yeah,
to me.
is.
That's sick. Like, you're happy that someone died. Well, I'm confused. Is dealing with something internal that's not healthy to have that sort of reaction. But before we get into Juice, and remember Juice, we got to talk about his football legacy and everything. I want to mention this about Cam and Mace because we're in a hostile environment right now from beef.
Right.
Now they pop shit, then apologized. They pop shit. They dissed each other multiple times.
Cam and Mace.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't heard none of them songs?
Yeah. But they started out together though.
But
Mace put Cam on, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. He sent them to Biggie.
Yeah.
He put them in position with Biggie, but they pop shit and apologized.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And look what came from them popping shit and apologizing though. The show.
Which is doing well. It's doing really well.
Yeah. The show, we wouldn't have never got to see OJ in that light.
Right.
They didn't apologize after popping shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Hip hop beef is weird to me. Like, it's weird. Even though they grew up in the same environment together and everything though, but they was beefing with each other. And they apologized and something big came from it. I salute them though for doing that, man. Real talk.
Yeah. I salute them too. Because that's what they should do. They came up together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I had to mention that because we're about to get into some beef stuff. So you know what I mean?
Right.
Wouldn't even think about that they was beefing. Now they together, doing well together, great in life together, and they had a chance to work with OJ. OJ, a legend. What you remember most about OJ, fam?
I remember when I was really young, OJ had commercials like running through the airport. I want to say it was for Hertz.
Yeah, that's true.
I remember him being on a show called First and 10. It was in the 80s, came on HBO. I want to say he was like in the front office for the team, but he was a running back on the team. But OJ had a really successful career. He rushed for 2,000 yards in the season.
How many games? Let's see now. I'm glad you mentioned it. How many games did they play when he rushed for 2,000 yards? Ooh.
To be honest, I know it's no more than 16. I know it's no more than 16. I don't know how many was it?
14. There you go.
Oh yeah. Yeah, OJ was the truth, man. OJ he's one of the GOATs at running back, to be honest, especially to rush for 2,014 games.
Dead serious, fam.
Yeah,
And they was hitting.
yeah, when they was hitting for
Yeah.
real, clothesline the niggas and everything out there.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Right.
when it was smacking niggas. So that was a different time. I remember OJ when he played in the Roots. He was a movie star, fam.
Yeah.
He had a little
Hold
role.
on, OJ was in Roots.
Yeah, he was in the
Alex
Roots.
Haley.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize that.
yeah. He was.
Yeah,
He wasn't in it, but he was in it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
He had 2 minutes, but
yeah.
he was in it.
He was
And
in it
he
then.
was in multiple movies. To me, I don't know who came before OJ as a crossover superstar from sports. It might have been Muhammad Ali.
I wouldn't say to the magnitude of OJ.
Yeah.
Not at all.
OJ was the first.
I seen Muhammad Ali maybe on an episode of Different Strokes. I'm sure he's been on other shows, but I seen OJ on a lot more.
He was
more
in
commercial.
Hollywood. He was a Cali nigga out there stroking on them chicks and all of that.
Hey, that I ain't white, I'm OJ. I mean, I ain't black, I'm OJ. That's some real shit. Not many athletes could say that. You feel me? And that's the type of treatment that OJ got from white folks. Like you know, he was one of them, and they wanted to take him in and bring him in and be around him. You feel me? I'm sure it's like that with other stars, but it was publicly known.
What you think about that statement though, fam? Because I as I get older, I have a different perspective about the word black.
That I ain't black, I'm OJ?
Yeah.
I mean, he was still black. I mean, a nigga is still gonna be a nigga, and they showed him he's still a nigga after 94. You feel me? So I mean, that's how he felt at the time. You know what I mean? Power and whatever else he was indulging in. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to talk bad or nothing.
Booger Sugar. They was on
right.
That girl was on that Booger Sugar too. I think that murder was something different. Allegedly.
Right. Fame, money, power. I know OJ was, you know, in the circles of folks that was, you know, he came up in the 70s and 80s. They was on that good cocaine. I mean, that'll make somebody feel like I ain't black, I'm OJ. I guess, you know what I mean.
Now, why I said I have a different perspective of the word black, because it doesn't define me. I understand it right now. I don't even know what black is besides a color. You can't define a human being as black.
No.
Like if we want to be specific.
Right, because you're not black. Like technically you're not black.
I'm not black.
Right.
And I feel like they do that so we won't want to know who we really are. We won't want to go get the blood sample and know what our nationality really is. That's why also I got that clip of Kai Cenat dissing black culture like that. And I don't like when people, I'm gonna play that clip, but not right now. I don't like when people like they come over here, profit. I'm gonna save it because I'm gonna save it. Other cultures come over here and profit from the black African American lifestyle, but then they are distance once they get up. That's different. That's weird. I got another clip. It's only one lawyer living from the OJ case.
Okay.
And they was asking him something about race. Did race play a part in the case? Do you remember anything about the case? Whoa.
I remember Johnny Cochran was badass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember my daddy was so happy when OJ beat the case because you know a black man that was convicted, well not convicted, but accused of murder. You know, to a white lady, his wife, and to beat the charge in 95. You know what I mean? That was unreal to me. Johnny Cochran is one of the best lawyers to ever breathe, man. I remember on the OJ, they had this OJ show that came on FX, like based around the trial. And as soon as Johnny Cochran came in the courtroom, they played Black Superman by Above the Law. And that's really what he was, dog. And I remember Christopher Darden, he wasn't on the defense like Cochran, but he was on the the other side. You know what I mean? Trying to convict OJ or whatever, trying to get OJ found guilty. And I just remember, folks looking at him like a coon or a house nigga or something. You feel me?
Yeah, and he was that that it was an all white. Their representation
Right.
at first was all white, but they had to include somebody black.
Yeah, a token nigga.
Yeah, to make it look legit.
Right.
And at the end of the day, they was talking about did the super team have to play the race card to win the trial for OJ? Now, as of recently, I read a book by what's his name? I don't forgot his name. I read a book called White Guilt. I'm gonna find his name too. Now, what white guilt is, they feel white folks that's in power. We ain't being racist or whatever on here. White folks that's in power feel guilty for what their ancestors did in slavery and how they benefited or whatever. So when they get into the law world and all of that, and they get into the higher power realm, they feel guilty. And black people that's knowledgeable can take advantage of their sympathy if they know how to play it. And the author
if they know how to play it.
Yeah, the author name is Shelby Steele. So I have nothing against them using the race card, because when did whatchamacallit get beat? Rodney King, was that before or after OJ?
I would say that was around 92 or something like that. I would say it was around 92. And the verdict came in 93. So,
yeah.
Like all the footage you've seen of them looting in LA and all that was 93. But I think the actual beating happened in 92.
And if OJ would have lost, imagine what the riot would have been then. And they would have convicted him and gave him the chair or something, because he was facing a death penalty, fam. It wasn't life.
Let me ask you something. So based on what we're talking about the Rodney King trial, and you saying think about what it would have been if OJ had been convicted. Do you think the Rodney King trial played a factor into the jury's decision to not convict?
Most definitely.
Yeah, to not convict the Jews. So
most definitely. That's why I wanted us to get into it, fam. That's why I brought it up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I feel that way.
Yeah.
And let me play the clip of the lawyer and let's continue the conversation, fam.
Let's get it.
There has been a constant refrain that members of the defense team played the race card, quote unquote. And that has always been used, I believe, as an excuse to explain the nature of the verdict. Two things come to mind, Jacob. One, the prosecution played the race card as well when they brought on a Black prosecutor for the first time when the jury was all assembled on the first day of trial. Chris Darden, a Black lawyer, prosecutor, had not been involved in the prior 6 weeks that we had spent selecting a jury, but he came on to the team then because everyone who practices law in Los Angeles has to appreciate the racial dynamics of prosecuting or trying a case in this city. And if anyone ignores the racial dynamics, they do so at their peril. The second thing is, we didn't play the race card, we played the evidence card. When you are presented with facts suggesting that a primary detective in the case had a racial animus against Black and brown suspects and Black and brown prisoners so strongly that he wanted to separate from the police department because he couldn't control his anger, that had
Salute
Salute
to that brother. He's still alive. He's still talking the talk. That was a clip from TMZ. If y'all wondering where we got that from, according to TMZ, I gotta make sure that all the information that I'm spewing is correct, so I won't get no lawsuit or whatever.
I hear you.
But he said what you mentioned in there, that they hired a Black dude. They played the race card also.
Right.
You know what I mean? The attorneys for the other people. So before we get off the OJ stuff, I want to salute OJ again and say, man, I didn't. He was found innocent. So I don't look at him
found innocent.
innocent. And then if you do some research, you'll understand allegedly that was a drug deal gone bad.
You
I
know
did
what?
research.
I heard something similar, man, but I heard that years ago, and there's so many different ways that I heard that this could have played out.
Mhm.
One of the things I did hear is this Goldman dude, the young dude that was working at the restaurant that Nicole Simpson was seeing. I heard that he was like a drug runner for her, but I don't know. Just allegedly that he was a
Mhm.
drug runner for her, and he could have had some type of debt with the people he was getting the drugs from. And
She
that,
had the debt. That's
oh,
what
you heard she had the debt.
yeah,
Okay,
and was saying that this is all alleged. I don't know nothing. But she had the debt and she kept making him go back and get more and more and more and
hmm
said OJ gonna pay y'all later.
yeah. See, I heard something similar. I didn't know you had heard that.
Yeah,
Y-
I did a lot of research on this.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I didn't know you had heard that, but I heard the same thing. I heard the
Yeah.
same thing.
And
Yeah.
then once the situation happened, she owed the cartel or whoever it
Right.
was. And
Right.
when they came and man, didn't they ain't get ready to do all of that? OJ to his ex-wife, put on the gloves, put on the hoodie. Who gonna do all that? The merch. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it, to be
I mean,
honest. I don't even know what to believe. It was so much though, but so much information came out. You know, one thing too, they said I was looking at a clip. They said 95 million people watched him get chased by the police that day when he was getting chased in the Bronco. They said that was more than the Super Bowl that year.
I
More,
believe that. I
yeah.
remember that day. It was like in June or something. I remember that day.
What
Yeah.
war was America in around that time?
War?
Hell
I
yeah, we was at war.
I think the Desert Storm War was
Yep.
over by that time. By
95
'94, the Desert Storm War was over, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
I don't think we was. I don't think we were in war. I don't think we was in war in '94. I could be wrong, but I don't think we were.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about? Yeah, we was out of war. Most definitely out of war.
Right,
Yeah, that was 3 years after the war.
right, right, right.
Now I'm gonna tell you something. You know what was crazy about those times?
What's up?
Did you have cable back then, or
Yeah,
did cable even exist back then?
yeah, it existed.
I didn't have cable back then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what was crazy about those times, like not having cable.
hmm
When that went on and OJ was being chased, all the channels changed to that.
Oh yeah, that was huge. That was major news. That was the trial of the century.
What else? You remember when Thriller dropped?
Yeah, I was really young when Thriller dropped, but I remember.
What happened? All the channels said Thriller on TV.
Now, see, now I don't know specifically like that, but I know MJ took over the world with Thriller. I do remember that.
Now,
Had,
when
nigg-
it
had
dropped, fam, all the channels went to Thriller. Every time when Black and White dropped, either you black or
I
white.
do remember that. I do remember that. Yeah,
Every channel switched to
right.
black and white. I was like, damn, this is crazy. Like back in those, you'll try to change. I don't want to see this. You'll try to change the channel. It'll be on that channel, the next channel, next channel. You couldn't even. That was way before the internet, YouTube, and all of that.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I do remember that black and white. And there's not many videos that came out that I remember that for, but I will say this real quick. When Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince dropped Summertime, I remember it airing on NBC immediately after an episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah. Damn,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah,
Those times was different though. We used to be like excited for people creativity. Now, man, we beefing with each other. We don't even appreciate each other creativity and art no more. It's not even art. No, we don't even consider it art. We just do it.
right. It's not.
Before salute to OJ. Rest in
Salute,
peace.
OJ. Rest in peace, Juice.
Rest in peace to DJ Mr. C.
Rest
And
in peace.
rest in peace to Rico Wade. Real talk. Let's switch
R.I.P.
the topic.
Rico Wade, man. Salute
Now,
Dungeon family.
did you watch the women's NCAA championship last weekend?
That was Iowa and South Carolina. I didn't watch it, but I watched some of it. I didn't get to watch it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, But when I was watching, Iowa was like, I watched some of the first half, and Iowa was, trying to hang with them.
Yeah, they was handling business. It was
At
handling business.
first. At first, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. That was another most watched game. That game was watched almost as much as the Super Bowl. Man.
I
It
think
was like
said,
1 million away or more. Might have been more. I don't know.
was it like 12 million?
Now it was 90 something million.
90 million.
Yeah, let me look. It was a lot though.
Damn.
How many? Hold on. Let me ask Siri.
Yeah.
How many people watched the women's NCAA championship? Man, not 2004, Siri. You tripping. Many people watched women's college basketball championship. Okay. 81.9 million.
Damn, that's a hell of a lot right there.
That's a lot. That ain't the Super Bowl though, but that's a lot though.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. But what I want to say is that is Caitlin Clark the true family? Name me somebody better than Caitlin Clark that Reezy Woe seen. Female in college. Who give me your top 3 college basketball women of all time. I'll give you mine before we get into it.
To be real, I'm gonna just be honest, man.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched enough women's basketball consistently to give an accurate top 3.
That's why I say yours, not the top 3.
Well, I'll say this then. Number 1, Caitlin Clark. Man, she pulling up. She pulling up from anywhere. She pulling up from anywhere on the court. She like the female Steph Curry or Larry Bird.
No ring.
Yeah, no ring, but
the best one ever with no ring.
I mean, yeah.
You ain't watch that much basketball. And you the Tennessee nigga with the Lady Vols in there. Don't mess with Caitlin Clark. Give me 2 and 3, fam.
2, Cheryl Swoops. Just because of, I heard she scored a lot of points and she had her own shoe. And 3, Shamika Holdsclaw.
Now you talking.
Speaking of
4 championships in a row.
4 in a row?
Lost 2 games in 4 seasons.
Okay, I'll put Shamika Holdsclaw number 2. Now, Shamika Holdsclaw had more. It's hard to say somebody had more success than Caitlin Clark, but her team had more success.
Shamika Holdsclaw had more success. Way more too, fam.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna just say this. What Caitlin Clark has done for the women's game, no other woman has ever done that before. You heard the South Carolina coach after the game thanking Caitlin Clark for what she done for the game.
But now
and she ain't saying that for nothing. But go ahead.
We living in the internet era, fam, where more eyes can see it and appreciate it and all of that. More eyes is on it. We're in the internet era.
Yeah, but sport
Instagram popping off and all of that.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Sports Center's always been here too. But, I mean, you're right. But it's not the same. Sports Center's not the same.
I'm gonna give you my 1, 2, and 3.
Let's go.
Number 1, Shamika Holdsclaw.
I can't argue with that.
Number 2, the only woman to ever score 100 points in a college basketball game.
100?
Reggie Miller's sister.
Oh, man.
I'm better 3.
You know what, man? I didn't really get to watch her like that whenever she played.
Miller.
Yeah. I heard she was cold.
Motherfucker, fam. She could have went to the NBA when she was out there bitch balling.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3, Candace Parker. 3 rings.
Let me tell you something, man. I hear a little Knoxville bias here, bro. I'm going to just be honest. Because how the hell can you put Candace Parker in there over Caitlin Clark, dog? I mean, I understand Candace
rings.
3?
To the ship 4 times in a row.
Candace Parker did too?
Mm-hmm. Hold up. Let me now. My 3, I'm gonna put Candace Parker / Diana Taurasi.
All right. Well,
you remember Diana Taurasi, don't you?
I remember the name.
Connecticut.
Yeah. Connecticut done put out some bad.
Maya Moore. We got to give some people some of them females was raw, fam. Maya Moore.
Rebecca Lobo.
Yeah, Rebecca Lobo now. Cheryl Swoops, who you was saying.
Swoops, yeah.
Yeah, she was real deal. Tennessee Vice, I can't help it. They got the goals. Host clause, it's no comparison, fam.
There's no comparison. But I say this, man. You asked top 3 players, not top 3 teams. So are you saying they contributed more to the game than Caitlin Clark, or their teams were just more successful? I mean,
no, they didn't contribute more to the game than Caitlin Clark. They was just better players than Caitlin Clark. That girl from South Carolina put Caitlin Clark. I don't even know her name. It wasn't Fly J. They should have put when LSU played Iowa. If they would have put the Fly J girl on her, they would have won.
Yeah, I like Fly J too, man. I know this is a little off subject real quick, but I just want to say this. Like in the mid 2000s, I was going to Savannah a lot, recording with Pure Pain Records. Shortly after her father, Camouflage, was murdered, holding his son in his arms, right in front of the studio. But I almost feel like I know Fly J a little bit, and it's hard not to be for her, you feel me? So shout out Fly J.
Killing everything. She rapping and all of that, fam.
She killing it right now, man. So shout out Fly J, man. That's all I want to say. I mean, cut you off.
Salute. Now, I'm trying to find this girl. I think it's her. Raven Johnson.
I heard you. Now, is she like the center?
She the one that put Caitlin Clark on training wheels.
So that's the one last year that she was like taking a long shot and Caitlin like waved her off.
Yeah. And then Caitlin Clark, guess what she said?
What?
I mean, guess what Raven Johnson did this year?
What?
Come here.
Come
here. Caitlin Clark was dribbling, trying to shake her. She was just snatching the ball from her. She ripped her about 3-4 times and went and shot the layup.
Really?
She was just taking the shit from her, taking the ball from her. You know what I'm saying? Salute to her. I think, personally, Caitlin Clark is dope. She's great. No disrespect. But when she get against them heathens in that WNBA, it's going to be different.
It will, but she'll adjust.
Eventually. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Candace Parker, when she went to the NBA, she averaged 20 her first year.
I believe that.
Rookie of the year, damn near MVP. If it wasn't for the girl in LA, the old school girl. We ain't give her no credit neither. What's the girl that's a legend in LA? Big 7-foot black woman. Be doing the announcing and all of that. I forgot her name.
Right now.
But I don't know women's basketball. I enjoyed it. I like where it's going, fam. It's exciting. It was more exciting to me than the men's this year.
Yeah, it was. And last year, to me.
Yeah. But I think Caitlin Clark will do good. I just wanted to give Raven Johnson some props, and Fly J. I like the story that you told because you met her father. You used to work with them boys. You got records with them boys at DJ B Lord and all them boys down there.
Yeah, man.
And salute to South Carolina for real.
Yeah.
But let's get into the topic though. Don Staley went viral for saying this after the game.
If you're a woman, you should play. If you consider yourself a woman and you want to play sports or vice versa, you should be able to play.
Do you think transgender women should be able to participate?
That's your question you want me to
basketball?
ask. I mean, you want to ask, so I'll give you that. Yes. So now the barnstorm of people are going to flood my timeline and be a distraction to me on one of the biggest days of our game, and I'm okay with that.
Sharon Jackson Podcast.
Well, I got a lot to say, but I ain't a father.
Right.
I need to hear it. I don't even know what you're gonna say, but I need to know your perspective of that lady saying, if you consider yourself a woman, you should play.
I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that at all. I don't know, if she feel like she have to say that, you feel me? But if my daughter is out there playing a sport, and somebody that was born to be naturally and physically stronger than her, she's out there tussling with them for a rebound and they out there damn near dunking on her, I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that at all. You feel me? So
on her and shit. Nah.
Right. I am not okay with that. Like, you gotta be really careful. Like I gotta be really careful how I word these things this day and time. But I'm not okay with that, man. I think natural women need to compete with natural women, and men need to compete with men. Simple as that. Those are my thoughts on that.
Do you think it'll be a time where we see women in men's sports and men in women's sports? Or will we be alive to see that?
Unfortunately, I think we might. I think we will. I mean, the way
NFL and shit.
I don't know if we'll ever see that. not in the NFL. No, you know.
We already got niggas in the UFC beating up women.
I'm gonna tell you a sport where I wouldn't mind it the most, I guess.
Baseball.
No, because I don't know if women can handle 100 miles per hour fastball coming at them and expecting them to hit it. But I'm not saying, I mean,
they might can.
They might can, you know. But I would say track and field, you know. If a woman is fast enough, like somebody like
Sha'Carri Richardson out there,
like Sha'Carri, like somebody that's really fast. Like when I was in high school on the track team, there was this girl that stayed across the street from me. She was faster than anybody, damn near any boy on the damn team. Like she might have been faster than everybody except like two of the fastest running backs on Riverdale's football team at the time. You feel me? So, like, if a woman is fast enough and she feels confident enough to compete with men, I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with that with track and field, you know?
Yeah, that's true. But when you look at the numbers, though, Sha'Carri Richardson will probably be last, fam. If even though it won't hurt her, it won't be dangerous or nothing, at 10-6, 10-7, against them 9-5s, 9-4s, she'll be getting, that's 10-yard difference, fam.
She might be last, you're right, but
she will be last, fam.
I mean, but if she was confident enough to get out there with men, I mean, I wouldn't have any issue with that.
You know what's crazy? You talking about a girl in your high school. I want to salute to somebody that broke records that I used to race against in elementary. She from Sea Hill. She from my hood.
Oh, yeah.
Her name Tyangela Sanders. She went to the University of Tennessee and broke a lot of records.
Oh, really?
A lot of records. Now she's a coach at University of Central Florida. Tyangela Sanders. Salute to you, Shawty.
That's dope. Salute.
Yeah, salute. Now, let's go ahead and get into this rap beef, man. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Let's get into it.
If you can, Whoa, I'm gonna do. This is gonna be a 2-part episode. We can finish it up. We're getting close to the hour mark. I want to start this beef off, but I want to do a part 2 and finish the beef off, then finish the pod, because I like when I do 2-hour pods, I like splitting them in half and making a part 1 and a part 2.
Right.
But everybody beefing right now, man. Like when Future and Kendrick dropped that record like that.
Young dope, jealous, selling dope. If you like that, hey, my bad. That's my job.
You good? It started a frenzy in hip hop, and Cole came with a response. Even though I don't even think he was being targeted that much in that response, he came with a response, and I feel like the project was hard. I feel like the album was hard. This is just my point of view. The album was hard. I feel like the diss track was hard. But this nigga come back, pause too on everything that I just said, pause. But this nigga come back 36 hours later and apologize before we even got to digest what he just released, fam. Give me a point of view on that, fam, like your point of view.
Well, my point of view is if you had any second thoughts about the diss, first off, if you were gonna even if you've recorded it already, first off, you shouldn't have recorded it. Second off, once you have recorded it, if you had any second thoughts about it, don't release it. Who the hell comes back and apologize? This nigga diss him, and now he apologized for dissing the nigga back.
This the first time we ever witnessed it.
I never seen nothing like that. But you know, I really don't think there's J. Cole lane. You know what I mean? All that dissing going back and forth and shit. And J. Cole is a great artist and what he brings to the table, he need to. Well, I can't say what he needs to do, but in my opinion, it would be wise for him to stick to his lane. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Don't let these dudes get you out of your lane and put you out of character and make you somebody that you're not giving us. I'm not saying he wasn't giving us his best, because those was he
It was
made a good
nice.
song.
It was great. It was nice.
Right, but just don't let people get you out of your character, out of your element.
Yeah.
Do what makes you great and what puts you in position. I don't think the music that he first gave to us and what gave him this
Level of fame.
Yeah, this level of fame, I don't think it was anything like that. And I think I just don't think J. Cole, I just don't think that's him. You feel me? So
Yeah.
I just feel like he shouldn't even release the song.
I agree with you on that, fam. I feel the same way. It's like, I'm gonna play the clip of him apologizing first before I give my perspective, but I appreciate that. Whoa, like, don't drop a diss and then apologize. That was different, fam. That's the most different and craziest thing I've seen in hip hop in a long time. But let me play his apology, then I'm gonna give my perspective.
Okay.
So I'm so proud of that project, except for one part. It's one part of that shit that make me feel like, man, that's the lamest shit I ever did in my fucking life, right? And I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear. I know I can hear my niggas up there right now like, nah, don't do that. But I got to keep it 100 with y'all, right? I damn near had a relapse, right? Because y'all heard some shit that happened 3 weeks ago, however long it was. Y'all heard that bazooka that was dropped on the motherfucking game, right? So all of this time of me moving on my own accord, for the first time I was tested. Why am I tested? Because I got the world and I got my niggas like, what you gonna do, Cole? My niggas like, boy, I must have had 1,000 missed calls. Oh my fucking God. Text flooded. I couldn't even answer my shit. Nigga, it's wartime. Boom, 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 right? Niggas want to see blood. And I was conflicted because, one, I know my heart, you know what I mean? And like, I know how I feel about my peers, these two niggas that I just been blessed to even stand beside in this game, let alone chase their greatness, right? So I felt conflicted because I'm like, bro, I know I don't really feel no way, but the world want to see blood. I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood. So I say all of that to say, in my spirit of trying to like get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try to like jab my nigga back and I try to keep it friendly. But at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel, that shit disrupts my fucking peace. So what I want to say right here tonight is, in the midst of me doing that and in that shit, trying to find a little angle and downplay this nigga's fucking catalog and his greatness, I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a fucking microphone?
Man, I respect Cole, but that was sad.
Yeah, and yeah,
That was
man.
so, like, I respect his artistry. I respect his creativity. I respect him being an educated man, but I don't respect the lack of decision making. Like that says a lot. Like, that's, as the week progressed, also, he's featured on Future new album. I know it's probably an old record,
Right.
but he's featured on the person who was the opponent against his homeboy. It's like real confusing to me. But he put himself in a position where he's gonna have to stay quiet for a while.
J. Cole.
Yeah. He don't need to talk. He don't need to do interviews. He don't need to do shows. He need to hush, fam.
Yeah.
And then come back to the game with some heat, because that he displayed a weakness that we have never seen before. He let people get the best of him, and then he let not the rappers, not Drake and Kendrick, they ain't even got nothing to do with it. It's the influence of your peers and the influence of the internet that got the best of him for him to have to respond. Now, to be honest with you, when I think of what we're going to further the discussion with in a minute about Drake responding, me, if it's 20 niggas going at my head, that mean I'm the top dog. I'm the biggest. If it take 20 of y'all niggas to address me, I'm not even gonna respond. I'm not gonna entertain the bullshit because I'm at the top. Y'all reaching to get to me. And J. Cole is such a great artist. He's sitting right now at home like, damn, I should have just shut the fuck up and kept making great music. I guarantee you that's what he thinking right now, fam.
Well, I think he also should be thinking, quit bringing them niggas up, man. Them niggas ain't talking about you. Ain't nobody. I don't hear Drake talking about no big three. I don't hear Kendrick Lamar talking about no big three. Kendrick said, fuck your big three, nigga. It's just big me. And Drake ain't even got to say that. You feel me? It's said without being said. So, like, you know, quit bringing them niggas up, man. Do you, Cole? Focus on you. Them niggas ain't bringing you up. Well, maybe to diss you, you know what I mean? But they ain't bringing you up, like, including you in any type of props they giving.
But the only person that is though is Drake. Every time you see them do a show, Drake give him props. He hug him, tell him that he's the greatest rapper ever. If it wasn't you, it wouldn't be no me. You influenced me to keep going and all type of shit. And Cole be sitting there looking goofy.
I
Like
mean,
you don't understand what Drake talking about. You know what I mean?
yeah, I haven't seen that, so I don't know like how he's looking or whatever when Drake says that to him. But I don't know, man. It's like Drake might feel like, even though Drake shouldn't feel like he needs to pick a side, but maybe Drake does feel like he needs to pick a side and feels like Cole is the easiest side to pick. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like I don't want to be going at it with both of these niggas. Let me pick a side, and you know.
Nah, but they real friends though. I don't feel like Drake thinks that Cole would choose Kendrick over him. And I don't think that Kendrick thinks that Cole would choose Drake over him because Cole has always been neutral.
I think Kendrick I think Kendrick don't give a damn who choose who over who. I think Kendrick is focused on Kendrick, and that's how J. Cole need to be, in my opinion.
That's a fact.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, if y'all enjoyed part 1, come over, man. Me and Reeves get ready to do part 2. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Let's do it.
Let's go.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.